All right, thanks again for staying with us on the show TMI Monday. We're just on the verge of concluding our package today. We've got Ambassador Lancelot Duwari Imaswe, also known as the Governor, veteran Nollywood producer and director, with us in the studio. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Well, when you have Lance around, you would expect that the natural thing to do is to build the conversation around Nollywood and whatever. But that's not what we're doing today. We're not doing that today. We just want to look at something that is of common interest to everybody, and that's the 2023 election. I mean, election is just a couple of days away. Let's talk about your expectations. I've heard people say over time that this election is a watershed. Do you subscribe to this feeling?
Of course.
And why?
Of course. Somehow, all thanks to the advent of social media, there is this interest, there's this frenzy that has never before been seen in the political sphere. Because for us, politics here have been greeted with a lot of apathy. I beg, no matter how you vote. But you see that the system has evolved over time, that there is a whole lot of galvanization that has happened. And of course, there seems to be a play down too, maybe because here in Edo State, where the governorship election is not part of what is happening in 2023. But I can tell you that the presidential election that is catching the frenzy, the attention globally right now. The entire globe is focused on Nigeria. Yeah. We didn't get it right this time around. The last time we saw this was 2014, 2015, because there was this vote of no confidence that was passed by the generality without anybody saying the feeling on the street about the PDP-led federal government as at then. Yeah. And this new vibe came. Oh, though I never really subscribed to it. I didn't know why I hadn't the belief that anything was going to change. But how right have I been?
So you were not disappointed after
all that. But the pain now is that no matter how you try to extricate yourself, to make you feel less involved, the economic hardship, yeah, the biting fuel crisis right now, the heightened insecurity, you are like, what's going on? So one way or the other, the man who receives, the man who gives, everybody now seems directly or directly involved in the mess that has taken over the totality of the country. Because a lot were genuinely hopeful that with the coming of President General Buhari into this fair, I could recall a lot of the campaign then that the general is coming. That when general came in the UK. This one was happened. General came in, mentioning countries where, yes, true army generals took over the wheel of power and actually saw some level of changes. But here, one single man is alleged to have collected 109 billion. The amount of insanity that you have seen. Then, today, the news and sad news of people being kidnapped, killed, is just like a way of life. Yeah. It means nothing anymore. Last week here in Niger State, some bandit went to a church, brought out the Reverend Father, and burnt him alive. The country didn't stop.
Life just continued.
Like that. Yeah. That it was in a parliament in America or so, that during a press conference in the White House, that a white journalist whose father is not Nigerian, whose mother is not Nigerian, who has no affiliation to this country, that raised that. What is the Biden government doing about the incessant killing and maiming of Christians here in Nigeria? So you can now begin to reason why this 2023 is indeed a watershed in the history of our political trajectory.
Okay.
It must be gotten right.
Okay, let me just pick you on this point. I've heard people say, yeah, even though it's a watershed, the level of political education, it's not something to write home about. But there seems to be a plus against the background of how the youths have responded to these challenges. With some of the numbers that INEC posted recently, shows massive number of youths that have indicated their interest in this election. To what extent do you think all of that will count?
That's just the time we are. Go around the world. In Tunisia, the Arab Spring, it was a young man that set himself ablaze, that started the totality of the Arab Spring. And today you can see the reform. Did you not see the World Cup that Qatar hosted? The best ever. So the youth has always, in time past, stood in the gap because they have the energy, they have the intellect, they have what they are excluded from has been the political. But right now they are saying enough is enough. I saw a picture right now when I was coming. They said a certain state is not allowing billboard. People were climbing palm trees to be pasting posters. They said, I come and stop us from doing this one. So you can imagine. Did you see the obedient whatever in Kano? No, but I say, whether we like it or not, it's just the level of penury, the level of pains, the level of and you just say, come on, enough is enough. We die here. Let it be said. This is the first time we are feeling that the people seem to be dictating. Nobody is sure of what will happen anymore, unlike before. Nobody saw this movement coming. The movement is even far now above the proprietor of the movement. The movement has taken over. People go to the street. When people were what's it called, WhatsApp, arguing, what do? You just join a bus. You just join a bus and start up this conversation. And you see where it's sitting. Go to a beer parlor. Just start up this conversation and see where it's sitting. Everybody is ready. Everybody is ready. And I just pray that the government that is on right now can actually send DSS, send their spies to fill the pulse of the people. When they do that, then they can then advise, say, you see this one, don't mess with it. Because you can feel it. It's oozing. And when the candidate that the people are aspiring for happens, 30 to 40% of Nigerian problems we automatically, and I've told people to watch out for that. Didn't happen during Buhari. A lot of people were of the opinion that, oh, a new captain has come to town. Things are going to change. Of course, for about 6 months that this present government came on board, the body language, so we assume.
Send the message.
Just send the message. You see, the man that just wake up, know that there are some big hotels in some area, go and switch off the light in Nepal. He had to pause a bit because he didn't know how the government was going to react. It was after a long time, okay, we are still where we we went back to status quo and even worse still. So I can assure everybody that when the voice of the people take preeminence, naturally things will just fall into place by itself before the government will be
the factor of money in politics in Nigeria is also something that has brought a lot of concerns to people. Are you saying that won't play a major role against the background of the level of poverty, hunger that the country and its residents are experiencing?
I saw a video. People were giving cabs. I think it was in Kwara State. They collected the cabs. They took razor blade and they were erasing the name on the cab. I leave you with that.
Anyway, Lance, thank you so much for coming. I really hope we had more time. Probably would have discuss more. But that's much we have on the show today, TMI, beautiful Monday morning. I want to say big thanks to you for staying with us and to the entire crew and to my colleagues. Praise and favor. Do have a beautiful week ahead. Please ensure you get your PVC and vote your mind and your conscience in the 2023 election so we can move this country forward. This is the only country that we have as a people, and it's our collective responsibility to change the status quo, to change the narratives. Have a beautiful day ahead. Bye for now.